Hi, Scorpio. It's your girl, Alex, and I hope you guys are doing well. Just a little sidebar. Snowflake is absolutely fine, God willing, right? She's outside barking right now. The reason why you don't hear her anymore in the background is because she chewed up all of her toys that made noise. So now I just have a bunch of material that used to be a stuffed animal or some rubber that used to be a rubber toy. So shout out to everybody who's asked about her though. Anyway, let's ask about you, God in the universe. What you got for my lovely Scorpio? We love you. We thank you. Amen. Ooh, Five of Cups. Five of Cups is I was about to give you all of the traditional tarot definitions, as in disappointment or crying over spilled milk, but my angels said someone is still living in the past. Ooh, High Priestess, Knight of Swords. Your intuition is speaking to you. Or your intuition says somebody really, really, really wants to speak to you, but they're holding themselves back. They're praying that you're able to move forward. Things are able to come back around. Turn around is what I heard. I got all my plugs and my chargers and everything for my 50 million devices. Ooh, Nine of Pentacles. And, ooh, the Queen of Pentacles. She was upside down. Okay. This is abundance and that's financial security, right? That's independence. I almost want to say to you, Scorpio, you should be focusing on your financial stability. But I can't say that yet. My angels are, it's like they're holding it back or they're holding it. Hierophant, Hierophant. Ooh, the Sun card. The Sun will come out. Ooh, Knight of Swords or Knight of Swords. Wheel of Fortune or Wheel of Fortune? Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so we got Hierophant, Five of Cups. Hierophant, Three of Swords. And Hierophant, Five of Cups, Three Cups are down. So three could be a significant number for you. Mm-hmm. The Lovers. I don't know what that means. My angels just said pickle juice. Maybe somebody's drinking pickle juice. What do you drink pickle juice for? What is the term? Dehydration. Oh, okay. And hangover sometime, I think. So that was an ultra weird message, angels. It kind of feels like you're somebody's remedy. Okay. Right now, a lot of you could be crying over spilt milk related to some sort of commitment. That's the only way. I was going to say tradition, and I was going to say institution, but angels just said Hierophant, commitment, right? The Hierophant is a spiritual advisor. Now, the Hierophant represents physical spirituality, as in religion, as in order, as in tradition, as in rituals, as in marriage and ceremonies and things of that nature, right? So it kind of feels like you, Scorpio, are heartbroken over something that someone else is also heartbroken about as well, right? Oh man, I'm sad you didn't get the promotion. Well, shit, me too. So it kind of feels like two people are heartbroken over the same threes. One is heartbroken over something emotional. The other one is heartbroken over something mental or verbal, something that was said, something that was done that broke yours or their heart. The other person is heartbroken because they're not being filled emotionally. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. Go that raggedy ass King of Swords. So we got to put our heads together, Scorpio. Angel said, High Priestess, High Priest. That's the King of Pentacles. Two kings back to back. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. So there's going to be a conversation. The Magician, a lot of air energy, right? I got Gemini here, Gemini here, Gemini here, Aquarius here, Gemini here. Oh God, the air signs. The air signs typically live in the past. If you have air in your chart, specifically in your Mercury or rising position, you do have a problem with living in the past or living in your head or living in thought. Daddy, the Emperor. Okay. Seven of Cups. Okay. And the Wheel of Fortune. So you have the Wheel of Fortune here 3 times. So that kind of says to me, this is some sort of soul contract, right? Their destiny is intertwining with your destiny, and the two of you together are making history. Destiny, destiny, and history. This too shall pass. I just looked at the 5 of Cups. I just looked at the Wheel of Fortune. Whatever this is, it will pass. Okay. I feel like it's not gonna pass without some sort of moment of truths, right? It's almost like you guys are gonna come together and you can put it all out there on the table, or at least you should. I feel like the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords is really just going for it, right? Saying you're going to do it and just doing it. Walking the walk and fucking talking the talk and vice versa, right? And Ace of Swords is so you can have a clear understanding and get on the same page. Now, what's ironic, I just looked at the High Priestess, the Sun, and the King of Pentacles. And then the Queen of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the Wheel of Fortune. So I am definitely talking about a soul contract here. Now, let me be clear about something. I'm not talking about a soulmate. I'm not talking about a twin flame. I'm not talking about two people who are destined to be together. However, whatever this soul contract is, you're still in it. You haven't completed it out. Okay? And soul contracts for me are like ley lines. They're just, longitude, latitude, latitude. Yeah, longitude, latitude. And when they cross, that's where the soul contract comes into play. So on their journey, they crossed your path, and on your journey, you crossed their path, and now you guys are at this meeting point for a particular moment in time. And I say time in quotes because time is an earthly measurement. Okay. I'm just going to say this. I don't know what this was. I don't know what this is. My angel said, listen here, Scorpio. Y'all have to know anytime we start talking this soul contract, we don't mean with a lover. However, it could be a lover. You could have a soul contract between you and your boss. You could have a soul contract between you and your best friend. Fuck, you could have a soul contract between you and your dog or cat. Okay? All right. It's a power struggle here. And one person, it's lopsided. Let me say it that. I couldn't find a nice way to say that. Right? It kind of feels like there are winners and non-winners. Okay? But I do feel like whatever this is, it's supposed to stabilize, right? Because I have the King of Pentacles, the Sun, and the High Priestess. So I kind of feel like you guys know whatever this is, it is valuable enough for you guys to have crossed paths within the universe. So much that the universe says, listen, when these two cross paths in this particular lifetime, something phenomenal is going to happen. The world is going to be a better place. They're going to emit out good vibes to the world, so therefore, this meeting is essential. Remember that word from COVID? Essential. Anyway, you have the Eight of Pentacles, Three of Swords, and the Hierophant. To me, it kind of feels like betrayal of some sorts. An argument. Obviously, I got the Five of Wands there, and then somebody kind of turned their back on love. And angels are like, "Well, turn it right back." Okay. So what happened here? There's a heartbreak and there's disappointment. The Hierophant represents commitments. My angels are stupid. They said, did your cell phone provider raise one of their contract prices and didn't notify you? Right? That's crazy because literally that's what this kind of feels like, as in there was some sort of, I would venture to say some sort of miscommunication or missed communication. And that missed communication threw you guys into this power struggle. A professional example or an example from your career, it was Friday afternoon and your boss was like, hey, you could take, the rest of the day off. Say it's like 1 o'clock, right? And your boss was like, hey, you could take the rest of the day off. And you took the rest of the freaking day off. You just failed to mention that, hey, his boss or her boss needed a report from you before you left, right? And now that your boss was, kind of chewed out by his or her boss, now they looking at you all side-eyed like, what the fuck is your problem? How come you didn't tell me that, right? So when we say missed communication, that's exactly what we mean. There was an opportunity to communicate about something. Somebody chose not to for the purpose of pleasure, right? To stay in their comfort zone, to stay small, to stay in a stuck cycle. And because they didn't communicate something, now everything has gone awry. My mother's so cute because she pronounces that word awry. 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 She pronounces it awry. All right. Love you, mama. All right. There's going to be some sort of financial experience, some sort of financial event that's going to level this back out, right? um I don't freaking know. I mean, y'all be giving me these messages and then I got to pull an example out my ass. Well, don't do that. Okay. So an example is, you traded words, right? Because the Knight of Swords for me sometimes is cutting and biting and sharp communication, as in cursing out or arguing or sarcasm, passive, right? It's just very, biting communication. And you could have had a conversation and everybody was talking past each other, talking over each other, and they're saying this financial event that's supposed to happen, somebody stopped the wheel, stopped progress from going forward. Why? To manipulate? Because pride and ego got in the way? Sorry, I just had to take a minute so I didn't get triggered. But the reason why a financial event comes into play is because somebody may come back and say, oh, hey, we got tickets to the football game. Do you want me to sell your ticket or do you want to buy my ticket? Like, how do you want to do? Right? It kind of feels like there's some sort of financial something that's still up in the air, and it kind of feels like that financial something that still is up in the air is going to be the catalyst to bring you both back into balance. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to say this because it's what just came to me. Somebody doesn't have control over their emotions. I feel the energy I'm feeling, especially when I look at the two knights and then the emperor, and you got the king of swords over here as well, and the ace of swords, right? So that's a lot of mental energy. That's a lot of air energy, information. Okay, I just kind of feel like Scorpios. Somebody tries to aggressively stay 4 steps ahead of you. And 4 is a real random number, right? But I feel like somebody either tries to one up you, they try to outdo you, they try to outspeak you, they try to outsmart you. I don't know why. Angel said because they're insecure. Oh. So if they're insecure, then would that mean that they're intimidated by Scorpio? Yeah, absolutely. This person is an air sign, or they have air again in their Mercury or rising position. I should start reading for Mercury signs too, because Mercury is really how you communicate and how you think. I don't know why most people are like Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. For me, as North Node, I do read for Mercury. Hey, all right, I already do read for Mercury. Mercury is how you think. So I kind of feel like, again, a lot of you may have an air sign in your Mercury or rising position. Air signs being Gemini, Libra, and/or Aquarius. Here's what I don't get, and this is a big message, at least for me, right? When you look on this table as I'm scanning through it, kind of got all of the shitty cups, right? You got the 8 of Cups, you got the 5 of Cups. Where's the other cup that I saw? And the 7 of Cups, right? 7 of Cups is confusion. It's like, hey, I got all these options. What do I do? You see what I'm saying? So even though you have like all these cups on the table, I really do feel like Scorpio, 11 times out of 10, people try to approach you and treat you from all of the other elements instead of the one element they should be treating you with. And that's a cup, which is emotions. So I kind of feel like people really freaking need to handle you more with care than they actually do. Crosswatcher, I'm not saying to manipulate Scorpio. I mean, good luck with that, because Scorpios will see the type of toothpaste you used when you got out of your bed. They're so intuitive, right? But it's almost like if you want Scorpio to be reasonable, if you want Scorpio maybe to deactivate some of that intimidation, I mean, that's not Scorpio's fault. That's the person who's intimidated, right? But if you want Scorpio to kind of quote unquote dumb down some of their holy powerfulness, that's not a word or a term, by the way. But if you want Scorpio to be reasonable, if you want to be able to communicate with Scorpio, hell, if you want to be taken into consideration by a Scorpio, you need to do better with your fucking cups, right? Because again, I'm looking at all these swords on the table and I'm just like, are you kidding me? You're going to bring a sword to a stinger fight? Like for real? Like for real. And Angels just said, somebody's trying to match your energy, especially intellectually. Good luck with that. Let me tell you something. I'm rolling my eyes and they still closed. Let me tell you something. I don't know who I'm talking to. Okay. I'm gonna say make this saying, and I know I'm gonna hear it go out, and it's gonna come back to me. Um, Scorpio is wildly intelligent. Okay, and I understand that there may be some Scorpios that are not the highest kickers in the karate class. That's the I'm probably, and that's the highest kicker, right? Not every, I'm shit. I have my moments, okay. But when it comes to battle, that Martian warrior, courage, strength, fortitude, resilience, you can't fuck with Scorpio. Scorpio lives and dies on a regular fucking day, right? So I kind of feel like Scorpio, whomever this person is, they're trying to like match your energy to like almost like they're trying to outsmart you, use your stuff against you. And what I'm saying is it's futile. It's the dumbest thing on the planet. I would break up with the fucking best friend who gave you that advice. Well, just, use their own stuff against them. Get rid of that friend, right? Because unless you're willing to kind of quote unquote die like a Scorpio, Scorpio will take that shit far. Scorpio will take that shit 2 lifetimes from now. Okay? And again, angels are saying, well, there's that ego and pride. Now, if I'm talking to a Scorpio, hi, Putta Putta. Hi, Pooh. If I'm talking to a Scorpio that has a lot of ego and pride, that could possibly be why, say, for instance, someone is not treating you with the proper emotions, right? Again, I said this a long time ago. I'm not bringing cups to the table if your punk ass is bringing swords. Fuck that. It's not going to happen. I will leave the table. I will leave you. Okay? So I kind of feel like whomever resonated with that, whoever you're dealing with, they're trying to bring swords and you're trying to bring cups. Or maybe you're the one trying to bring swords and somebody's trying to bring cups. But at the end of the day, they're all fucking falling down, right? These are empty. These are fallen. I got 2 up here. I got the 3 of swords here, right? Something is some sort of communication, information, the swords, some sort of thought, some dumb logic, circular logic, fucking peanut butter in logic. I don't know what it is. It's not working with your Scorpio. So regroup, pivot, 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 pivot. All right, all right. You and your loved ones are safe. All right, that's good to know. That whatever this is just affecting you. Your loved ones are just fine. Hi, Peppa Poo. People was asking about you. Come here. You want to say hi? Look, there she is. You want to say hi? Say hi to everybody. You want me to get your ball? Here. Here she is in the background. So, here. You want that? Here. It's just not gonna work, right? My angels just said, especially with Scorpio. Look at she's just, I don't know what the hell she's chewing. She makes me go in her mouth and grab whatever she's chewing. You can say hi to everybody up there. Can you see up here? You say hi. Oh, right. All right, Scorpio. So when it comes to whomever this is, they're trying to outsmart you, outlogic you. And I kind of feel like to an extent, you are so over it and past it. You can't chew up my tarot cards, puh. You're so over it and past it because you're looking for cups, but they keep presenting with swords. And again, Crosswatcher, if you're presenting with swords, you're going to lose Scorpio all day and all night and twice on Thursday. Okay? All right, I'm going to go ahead and leave this one here and go play with my poo, who's biting me. If it does resonate, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I love you. Oh, personal readings are open. The link is in the description. They're going to be open all of Scorpio season, I think, if I could last that long, which is October 23rd to November 21st. I love you, Scorpio. Bye.